Hi, I'm Stephen Lang. Thanks for watching Smut Cave. Smut Cave, Smut Cave, Smut Cave. Watch it. I'm Slang. Watch
Smut Cave, Smut Cave, Smut Cave.
Smut Cave.
Hi.
Hello?
Sit.
Alright. Well, be all of this as it may, I remain the Spelunker, and since you're watching, this remains the Smut Cave, even though I find myself in this murder chamber of sorts. I'm joined today, against my will, by the wonderful up-and-coming artist, Miss Grace Lang. Grace, you are a painter, an illustrator, sculptor, magician, creator. Your thoughts?
I make things. I draw, I paint, I sculpt. First, it's for myself, just because I feel compelled to do it. I like to make things. I see things in my head and I want them to become a reality. In the past few years, it's gone from being a hobby to being the beginnings of a career. And so now I make it for other people as well. It's still for me, first at least, but then I'm really putting it out into the world now. And hopefully it's bringing people some happiness, but like a brutal kind of happiness, you know, not like a stupid happiness.
How do you keep brutal day to day?
Oh God, sharpening my knives, slaying demons, on the regs, coffee. Brutality is all in here, see, and in here.
What do you think set you on this path in life? Was there a traumatic, evil event that perhaps influenced you, adding a darker tinge to your work?
Absolutely. That's all I'm going to say about that.
One could argue that we are all touched by a certain darkness in the creative arts world.
I think a lot of people have that, but not everybody has a tangible outlet like art, and I feel really lucky that I found that for myself because, like many people, I struggled with my own demons like as a teenager, and have found a way to utilize them.
Do you think perhaps by creating this art, you're sharing your nightmares with the world?
A little bit, yeah. But also a lot of my art is sort of nightmares turned victory. I feel like a lot of the scenes that I paint are in this moment after like an epic battle of some kind, which could be thought of as like a personal struggle. You know, they're manifestations of personal struggles that are maybe hard to visualize. And that's what all of these battles are, and the paintings I'm doing or the sculptures I'm doing are sort of existing in this moment right after that event when you're feeling really badass about overcoming something rough. And you know, like the remnants of it are still there, like the scars or the goo or whatever, but you're awesome.
Speaking of goo, I've noticed a lot of your characters have these goo assistants, or jizziples, as I'll call them. Where do you think this comes from, this having a gooey ambassador to oneself, helping them out on their journey?
I had this dream once that after like a really horrible ordeal, like the only way to get better was to like vomit up all this black goo that just like got it out, and it was kind of like tar. And so I think the goo is sort of that. It's like proof of exercising this like painful thing inside of you. But I think when you get rid of that stuff, or you overcome your painful stuff, you don't like toss it away and get rid of it completely. It becomes something that you can use. And that's why the goo becomes these little guys that are sort of your helpers, because all of your past shit ends up making you like a cooler person and a better person, and that's what the goo guys are.
Well, I think it's very unique, and you've done a very good job of making it your own.
Thank you.
Grace, is there a message behind the madness? Is there something you want people to think when they look at your artwork? Some sort of overarching statement?
Be your own champion. Everyone has stuff that holds them back inside. And find a way to fight that stuff and use it for good. And use it to make yourself the most badass version of yourself you can be. That's what I hope people get from my art.
Empowering. I have to ask, what's it like having Colonel Quaritch as your father?
It's badass. My dad is awesome. I'm super proud of him. He's an actor, so he's in a creative field, and he has stuck it out for over 40 years. And it's really paid off for him. And so that's like the best example he could possibly set for me as a creative person. It gives me a lot of confidence in my future that, 40 years down the line, things will still be awesome.
A family of badasses. Content creation on a generational scale brought from here to you. Grace, I'll ask you the question I ask all of my guests, which is, what's the worst thing you've ever seen on the internet?
Blue waffle.
Blue waffle being?
Bad. I mean, I don't even know if it's still out there. I saw it like years ago. Someone said, search blue waffle. I did. Never needed to again.
Grace, I can assure you it's still out there.
Yeah, yeah.
Grace, I'm just going through your Instagram here, and I noticed the header of your Instagram profile says, Demon life like every single day. Any thoughts on that? Any elaboration?
You really want to know?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what this interview is all about.
Understand. You said you loved me, and that's a fact. But then you left me, said you felt trapped. Well, some things you can't explain away, but my heart aches in me till this day. Did you stand by me? To apologize. Did you stand by me? No way. All the time.
Smut. Smut Cave. Smut Cave. Smut Cave.
I'm Slang. Thanks for watching Smut Cave.